Welcome to this video by Resident Tech Work. Today's video is for the adventure game Locomotion System, or AGLS, running on Unreal Engine 5. My previous video was for starting AGLS with a knife in your weapon wheel. The response to it suggests it would be a good idea to show you how to have the option to start a level with any item that is available. This means having access to the knife, binoculars, backpack, axe and bow. I'll not be covering the grenades, as they can be selected already with the only have grenades when have backpack tick box. This video will also include the ability to select those items for a game using tick boxes in the config section of the details panel, in the same way that the pistol and rifle are currently set up. Now at this point I'm going to assume that you have followed the begin with knife tutorial and that you already have the knife code set up. So in the main scene, click on your player, click Edit Animan, and search for the On Begin Play function and open it. To stop cluttering up the Begin Play sequence, let's create a new function. We'll call it Start with Objects. And cut and paste the existing knife nodes into the new function. From the function start node, pull out a string and search for a branch. Create a new variable, call it start with knife. This will be a boolean. On the right, in the category, select config. Make sure the variable is instance editable. Drag it in and connect to the condition pin of the branch. And connect the true pin to the knife spawn node. Now at this point I should point out that I made a small mistake in the knife video. I used the attach item old node. It should have been the new one. It doesn't matter yet, but that node will be removed at some point, so I'll change it for the new one just now. Drag a line out from the false node and drag it past the knife nodes and search for another branch. Connect the attached knife node to the branch as well. Create a variable, call it start with binoculars. On the right in category again, select config, make sure the variable is instance editable. Drag it in and connect it to the new condition pin. Now copy all of the knife nodes across and connect them to the true pin. Delete the two references to the socket knife and replace them by pulling in the socket binocular from the components menu. For this one we don't need to create a new item. So for class, select BP Pickable Prop Binoculars, and in static mesh select binoculars. Now if we put in a return node at this point and connect the false pin from the branch and the attach item node for the binoculars, compile and save, and now go back to the On Begin Play function, and between the parent play node and the set parent section, search for the new start with objects function that we just created. Then go to player character and tick the boxes for the knife and backpack. And then compile and save and press play. You'll notice that the binoculars work, but they don't have the effect that they should. For this, go to the default scene and in the browser search for the props function structure. and in the default values tab set post process material to binoculars post process inst. Save and close. Took me a while to find that one. Play it again and it'll work this time. Now back in our function, remove the return node. Draw a string back out from the false pin of the branch and search for another branch. Connect the attach item node as well. Create another variable, call it start with backpack. On the right, in category, select config. Add a downward line. With the PC this is shift and the key next to Z, and then type backpack. This will create a new variable category. Make sure the variable is instance editable. Drag it in and connect to the condition pin. From the true pin, search for spawn from class. In the class, select BP backpack. From the spawn transform pin, find get actor transform. Collision is spawn and ignore collisions. From the return value, find attach backpack to character. And above the actor transform node, search for get player pawn. From its output, find cast to character. Right click on this and select convert to pure cast. Connect the as character pin to the character pin of the attach node. Next we will do the axe. Because this needs the backpack, we will draw a branch out of the attach backpack node. From the last branch's false pin, search for add return node. This is because the following items need the backpack. Create a variable, call it start with axe. On the right in category, select config backpack and make sure the variable is instance editable. Drag it in and connect it to the condition pin. Now we have to make a new copy of the axe like we did with the knife. So open the scene, go to the axe that is on the ground and click on it. In the outliner at the top right click on the item and select browse to asset. Right click on the asset and select create child blueprint class. Name the new item BP axe. Now make sure you still have the pickup axe selected in the details panel and hover over the word object. Right click and select copy all properties. Open the new BP axe. Select the BP axe item at the top left. Hover over the word object again. Right click and select paste all properties. In the widget field under title, enter the word axe. And in the item type under type, select axe. Compile, save and close. Again we want to copy all of the knife nodes across and connect them to the true pin. Delete the two references to the socket knife and replace them by pulling in the socket axe from the components menu. For class, select the BP axe we just created, and the static mesh, select axe. Draw a string out from the false pin of the last branch and search for another branch. Connect the attach item node as well. Finally, for the bow, we repeat the same sequence again. Create a variable, call it start with bow. On the right in the category, select config backpack, make the variable instance editable, drag it in and connect it to the condition pin. Open the scene, go to the bow and click on it. An outliner at the top right, right click on the item, select browse to asset, right click on the asset and select create child blueprint class and name the new item BP bow. Now making sure you still have pickup bow selected, hover over the word object, right click and select copy all properties, open the new BP bow, select the BP bow item at the top left, hover over the word object again, right click and select paste all properties. In the widget field under title enter the word bow, and in the item type under type select bow. Now this is where it changes a little bit. In the object field you've just pasted, click the arrow to the right of the static mesh so that the mesh goes to none. Now go to the visual static mesh at the top left and search for hidden in game and tick that box. Now at the top left go to the skeletal mesh and under the anim class select bow anim BP, and in the skeletal mesh asset search for bow. Compile, save and close. Again, we want to copy all of the axe nodes across and connect them to the true pin. Delete the two references to the socket axe and replace them by pulling in the socket bow from the components menu. For class, select the BP bow we created, and the static mesh select bow. From the false pin of the branch, search for add return node and connect the attach item node to. Compile and save all. Now if you click on the anim man character on the top left, you'll find that there are new tick boxes have appeared in the config section of the details panel for the knife and binoculars. And there's a new section called backpack, which has the backpack, axe and bow available. Now click on play and test it. Bear in mind that the axe and bow are only available with the backpack. Now as you can see, the knife's available. The binoculars have that effect. We pick out the bow and then go and get some arrows. And the animation's correctly done that as well. Now we come back out and take out the backpack and press play again. You'll notice that the axe and the bow are not available because the backpack's been taken off. We put it back on and they reappear. Now I just want to check something here. Yeah, there's no line, there's no aim trace showing for the arrow. So I was going to the main scene and check for the spline projectile path, which should be in the main scene. Yes, it's there. Okay, so in that case, select the player. And in there I'll search for spline project. And that should be set to BT spline projectile path. Okay, we save all and I go back in. I just try that again with the arrow. That's it, we've got it. So there you go, that is how to start with any object that's available in the game. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.